is listening to nasheed and vocalizing Anasheed allowed in Islam. Then as for a person, for example, as they're doing an act, or maybe they're building a house and they are singing to themselves, or performing a nasheed to themselves, like a rhyme or a rhythm to themselves without musical instruments, then this is not something that is prohibited, because that is something that is known amongst some of the narrations in the time of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Or for example, that a mother sings a nursery rhyme to her child before putting them to bed, from the well-known nursery rhymes, or something that you have in Urdu or Arabic or English. There's no harm in that, as long as the wording is clean and safe. And so all of this, and likewise women singing, because nasheed is like rhymes that are put together in prose and in lines, and it's repeated in a rhythmic manner. And singing is something similar. So women are allowed to sing, for example, at weddings and Yawm al-Eid. Then that is allowed. And vocalizing, that is allowed. As for using it as a means of da'wah, where you organize concerts and you gather the people and they are playing musical instruments, or even without musical instruments, and doing anasheed, and you say, then what you doing? The Prophet ﷺ never did these types of performances. You are now turning it into theatre. So turning anasheed, an affair that is simple, like you would sing to your child, or you're upon a journey like Anjasha would do, when he would take the caravan and the women are on some of the camels. So they would sing, the camel drivers would sing anasheed in the time of the Prophet ﷺ to cause the camels to walk faster. So the Prophet ﷺ would say, calm down to Anjasha, calm down, relax, don't sing so strongly, for indeed we have with us fragile vessels, meaning women. So it is allowed for those types of purposes, to drive the camels, so that when they hear the rhythm of the voice, that they move in rhythm, and they move forward and they are driven quicker. As for concerts and theatre and bringing men and women together and singing songs and then saying that this is a means of da'wah, then anasheed are not a means of da'wah, because the calling to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the wasail of da'wah, are tawqifiyya, and they are not ijtihadiyya. They are not open to your reason. Well, I think this works, so I'm going to try it. I think movies work, so we're going to make Islamic movies. I think singing works, so I'm going to sing songs, because this works inviting the people. Then all of that is haram, it is impermissible, it is bid'ah, and it is not allowed. As for listening to them, then no. Downloading them, because that is just turning it into a business. And turning singing and singing girls and singing men into businesses, that is forbidden by a particular hadith of the Prophet ﷺ that forbade the training or the paying of women to sing, or downloading them, or to teach them to become singers. The Prophet ﷺ forbade that for women, and it is something that is impermissible. And just like you would not like your wife's voice to be turned into a musical song unless you're at the youth, but normally most men, that they don't want their daughters and their wives to be singing, songs that are beautiful in voice, that are enticing, and then they are out there, so men are imagining what your wife is like, because she's singing these types of very alluring songs. So just like you wouldn't like it for that, then do not promote it, do not allow it, do not download it. If you're at a wedding, don't download, my sisters, these anasheed to play at weddings because you've got a croaky voice. Sing with your croaky voice rather than downloading these anasheed that are played at weddings.